Okay. Hi, I'm Lani, and I'm a freshman marketing major from Loyola Marymount University. Today, I'll be interviewing Riana, who is a member of UXPA Atlanta. Riana, thanks for joining us today. Would you like to tell me a little about yourself, like where you went to college and where you work now?
Sure. I went to Georgia Tech for college. I graduated last May of 2016 with a degree in industrial design. And in my last year as a senior at Georgia Tech, I started working for a company called Career Builder on their UX design team, and I joined them as a contractor. My contract actually recently just ended, and so I'm a free agent right now. I'm looking for a job.
So could you describe what one of your typical work days entailed and what were the first few years in your career like?
Yeah, so as a UX designer, your typical workday, it's going to vary each day because as you know, like design is an iterative process, and each day and each phase is different. You have different deliverables, but in general, I would start off a day. If I had, a project coming up that week, I would start off the day by reviewing any research that had come in or that had been done, either in-house, firsthand research, ethnographic research, field studies, or I would do my own secondary research in the morning. I would sometimes have meetings, stand-up meetings. Career Builder is a tech company, so we worked on digital interfaces and software. So stand-up meetings with your dev teams is common, at least once or twice a week. And then usually the afternoon was free to do some of your own design work. So that would be time for me to sit down and do some sketching, drawing, collaborating with, my immediate team members as needed. But in general, your days are a mix of team collaboration, cross-disciplinary collaboration with different departments, and then work on your own as well.
Awesome. So what high school and college courses have you found to be the most applicable or important for your occupation?
I didn't really take too many high school classes on design or research at all. The only creative classes that I really took were sculpture. And that was actually how I decided that I wanted to do industrial design. But in college, I took a lot of classes, having to do with physical product design, but they also apply to a lot of the digital work that I do as well. So some of those classes were human factors and ergonomics. I took cognitive science. Physics and calculus were actually really helpful for me in terms of understanding how to approach a problem and not just seek out a solution first, but understand the problem first. I took some sketching courses, product design sketching was really important for me. Classes on research methods were really helpful. Interface design classes. And then I also took one course on interactive products, which had to do with designing for physical products as well as digital interfaces. So understanding the juxtaposition of those two mediums in the construction of a product was really important.
Awesome. So can you tell me about the benefits of being a member of UXPA, both as a student and as a working professional?
Yeah, I think as a student, it's really hard. You hear this word networking get tossed out a lot and internships. And I think internships I think students understand more and more the importance of internships, but I don't think a lot of students really understand what it means to network. Right. How can you network with a bunch of, unemployed students just like yourselves? It's like you're all students. But networking really isn't that complex. And I think that organizations like UXPA sort of make it a lot easier. You're around professionals who are doing the work that you might be interested in doing, and they've already demonstrated that they're open to teaching you or talking to you about that. And that's really just how it starts. So I think for students, it's helpful to, get started with networking, get started with relationship building. And then of course, getting some insight into what it is to do that work professionally. For professionals, I think design in general and UX specifically are fields that, rely heavily upon knowledge sharing and mentorship. And I think that it's something that's, really important for, professionals that are working to partake in, to mentor and to pass information down to more junior people or people who don't have the experience that they do. So I think for professionals, it's good to, get in the habit of sharing information, mentoring, helping out more junior people and just, building your communications methods. And then of course, you have access to webinars and conferences and stuff like that, which is, always good for you to meet other professionals like yourself.
Right. So kind of elaborating on that, can you tell me about the educational and certification programs that are offered by UXPA?
Yeah, so I'm still fairly new. I don't think that UXPA has, offers any certification programs directly through UXPA, but they do offer, other opportunities for educational enrichment, like I mentioned before, conferences where there are speakers and classes that you can take, webinars that they do, and, publications and things like that allow you to still, keep your information fresh and, remain knowledgeable.
Awesome. So is there anything else you'd like to add or think would be helpful for someone considering a career in UX?
I think most people who hear about UX, immediately something about what they've read about it resonates with them, whether it has to do with, solving problems or meeting people or doing something creative or, doing something that combines a lot of disciplines, technology, business, design, writing. But I would say that, there's not one clear path to UX, which is kind of the beauty of the field. There are people that come in with from so many backgrounds, and there's no clear-cut way to, achieve your goals. So there's a lot of opportunity for advancement. There's a lot of opportunity for growth. There's a lot of opportunity to sort of jump between disciplines. So I would just say to people considering this field to, keep your mind open to, working in different industries, working in different fields, because there's always lots of opportunity to get experience, solving problems for, users and people out in the world.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Riana. And for those of you watching, I hope you learned a bit more about the UX field and what UXPA has to offer.
Thanks.